Hey everyone, it's Jordan. So I know some of you guys are subscribed to me and all I did on my channel was, smoke weed and get high, which is great and all, but I quit doing that. I live somewhere where it's not legal, so I stopped. I quit. I didn't want to get in trouble, and I've always wanted to be making YouTube videos, and I never really felt like I could do it because, I don't have the money, I don't have the beauty life, which I love, and I just can't afford it, which is fine. But everybody has to start somewhere. And when I look at beauty gurus and watch their videos, it's like, man, I want to do that. And I keep telling myself I can't because I don't have all the most amazing stuff. But like I said, everybody has to start somewhere. So without further ado, today I am doing a not a makeup tutorial, but I'm going to show you guys what I do every day, my everyday look, which is kind of a glowy, dewy, natural, not deep smoky eye, just like, some brown, make it natural. And that's what I like to go for the best. And I'm sorry, the quality is not going to be top notch. My products aren't going to be top notch, but some of them are. And well, I hope you guys like it. So how I start off my makeup looks is primer, which is very, very important. And right now I use the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Primer. And I love this stuff. It makes your skin feel really soft, but a little goes a long way. But I'm going to have to take my glasses off for a lot of this, and I'm blind. I can't see nothing. My eyesight is garbage. So I'm going to have to work with this little thing up close and do the best I can. Oh yeah, this stuff goes so far. Like, you can feel how far it goes on your skin. And this is what I live for right now, is the e.l.f. Oh, yes. And I don't put it everywhere. I just put primer in my T-zone, basically. Because I don't wear a lot of thick makeup. So I put it where my makeup is seen most, which is right in these areas. And see, that little tiny pump was too much, and I hate that because it goes to waste. Okay, what do I do after that? After that, I just start my makeup routine, which is foundation. And what I use right now, a friend gave it to me. She's like, I didn't really like it. And when I used it, I absolutely loved it because the way it went on my skin, like, it looked really natural. Like, it doesn't have that really thick, like, cakey look. And it's a CC cream, so it actually works really well for your skin. And it is a freaking sunscreen. Yeah. But it is from Mary Kay. I've obviously used a lot of it. It's going flat. It doesn't say what shade it is. Yeah, it doesn't have a name or a shade. It just says Mary Kay CC cream. But yeah, we're gonna work with that. That's what I use. I got my tiny mirror, and I use a beauty blender for just about everything. Sometimes I'll use a brush, but it's rare. That's only when I put this somewhere and I can't find it. Yeah, dab it everywhere. And it's not full coverage. It's light to medium, which is what I prefer because I don't really have bad skin or imperfections I gotta cover up. It just smooths everything out, and that's what I live for. Oh yeah. And this CC cream foundation gives you a really dewy look, which makes you just look, your skin look healthy, which is what I like. And I ran out. I did not give it a big enough pump. It sounds like I'm being violent. It sounds like I'm beating my face. And I'll drag it down onto my neck just a little bit, but it actually matches me pretty well. Because my face is paler than the rest of my body for some reason, even though it gets just the same amount of sunlight. I'll go over my cheeks a second time because I have really red cheeks. Like, why? I don't know, but like, I always look flushed, like I just ran or something. But I do not. I just have really red face. Make sure it's all blended in. Blending is life. Alright, and now I'm going to move on to a concealer. I actually conceal and then bronze, but you know, I do it the way I do it. Everybody does their makeup differently. And I do have things. Let me not break my glasses. These are really indestructible though, because my vision is so blind that these things are like bulletproof glass, honestly. So what I do is I go in with concealer, and this is not the best concealer. I do have Tarte, and it's like you can see through it. I've used this up, and I just need to save up and get myself another one, because this, I love this stuff so much. But I grabbed one just from the drugstore, which actually works pretty good. It's not the best concealer because it's not super bright and not super full coverage. It actually matches my skin tone pretty well. It does the job, but it's just not, it's not Tarte. But it works, and it's from Maybelline in 10 Fair. Yep. But a little does not go a long way. Like, it looks brightening when I put it on, but when I blend it in, it's like it kind of disappears a little bit. So it is buildable though, so I always do like 2 layers in my T-zone. I can actually see what I'm doing when I get up close. My vision is literally terrible. Like, I can't see past there. That far away, I can't see. I have the eyesight of a 70-year-old man. My dad's in his 50s, and I have worse eyesight than him. Okay. And I use the other end, which I made this look like this. Like, I cut it, you can see it's terrible, but I cut it because I get this angle and I can get up closer into my eye, and that's why I cut it. I just cut it badly. Okay. You see, it's not bad. Like, it's just light coverage. It does the trick, just not heavily. Not like my Tarte, unfortunately. I apologize about my mess of a hair, but that's how it always is. I try to fix it, and it just, nope, doesn't work. Okay, and I am going to do one more layer. I try to let this dry down a little bit, but I'm trying to speed through this because I have no editing. This is gonna be unedited and random awkward silence, and there's nothing I can do about that, so enjoy the awkward silence. I don't go in a second layer like right here. It's just under my eyes. I'll do the second layer because a bitch be looking tired a lot. That's because I am, because I never sleep. Because I'm always watching makeup reviews all night long, and I don't realize I'm doing it until it's freaking 3 in the morning, so there's that. I never got some on my upper lid. It'll be okay. I'm a messy makeup. Like, I do it very messily, but it always ends up looking good in the end. So that's all that matters, right? Okay. You can see the under eyes. They're not terrible, but they're not great either, but they're not terrible. You can see just without even putting the powder on yet, like, it's not tacky, but it's not like drying either. Like, it's pretty good. I love it, honestly. And now we are going to put the powder up under my eyes. We're going to bake. Let me not break things. I'm terrible at this. And what I use is hard candy, which is not very good. But I mixed some of it because it was almost gone. And I had a Bare Minerals powder and I mixed the two together and it works. It does the job. And it lasts actually about all day. And it's very mattifying. So it's not white, it's actually slightly tinted. Slightly, it's tinted. But it does, like I said, it does the job. That's all that matters. You see, I'm not really worried about the powder brightening more as I am about it mattifying me. Because I am not about being super shiny. Like, I like being shiny and dewy, but I don't like to look oily, if you know what I mean. I'm terrible at speaking. Like, I stutter so bad. But that's okay. And on my forehead. Okay. Next. This lid. Oh, of course. Now that I'm filming, the lid goes on easy. I'll just be sitting here going, trying to get the lid on this thing. It doesn't work. I have this headband, so I was going to put it on my head to hold my hair back, but I don't think so. My hair is basically out of my face. When I go to contour, though, that's where it'll be a mess. But anyway, let me shut up and move on. Now is when I do my eyebrows. And I can't see. I use Wet n Wild brushes, and they've worked really well for me. I actually love them. Like, they haven't frayed even after cleaning them. And yeah. It was white at one point, but I used so much eyebrow stuff. Like, I literally washed all my brushes and stuff before starting this video, and most of them are just stained with makeup. It's time to get new brushes too. What I use for my eyebrows is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This freaking thing is my life, and it lasts a long time. I use this every day, and I've had it for almost 2 years now. I don't know when it's 2 years. I just looked on the back and it says it works up to 6 months before it expires. So it's definitely past its expiration date, but it still works. It works perfectly. It doesn't cause me a problem. It doesn't make me break out in rash. I'm going to use a product until it's gone. I am not wasteful. You see this. You can basically see the package. I do not waste. Because this stuff is expensive. And there is an eyebrow in there. We're good. I just get a light coat and I build. I don't do it too heavy to start off with. I make it buildable. It's already been 13 minutes. I am wasting time. Okay. I do give myself a little bit of an arch. I do go past my natural hairs. At least I still have hairs though. But I'm more of a filler and I do carve the edges. The edge needs to be sharp. I need to be able to cut a bit with these eyebrows. I also do apologize. I do cuss. I don't really realize I do it. It's just like a part of my language. This takes some serious concentration. I need straight lines. You guys probably can't even see what I'm doing, but I can't even see what I'm doing, so. That's not bad. I made it a little thicker. Usually I bring it up a little deeper into there to get a little thinner at the end, but you know, I work with what I do. As long as I match the other side of this side, that's all that matters. And it doesn't look bad. It's as long as it doesn't look bad, that works. And oh, I use the shade, where is it? Right in front of my face. Blonde. I use the shade blonde even though it actually comes out brown. Which works because this is all natural except you can see some blonde up in there, but that's not natural. That's not natural. I do have an issue when I do my eyebrows though, is one will always come out better than the other. Like they'll never be symmetrical, but I do my best. My darndest. I would talk more, but this requires like so much concentration. You just don't even know. Oh, I just thought I got it on my cheek. Okay. Yep, see? One is a little bit bigger than the other. It's always how it works. But, you know, they're not sisters. They're like cousins. They're not twins. It's like a distant cousin over here. A little bit thicker on this side, and this side's more thinned out, which is how I prefer it. I made that side a little thick, but nothing. I actually do still use... I still use this, like, because I can still get a little bit of product out of the bottom, so I will use my product until I absolutely can't anymore. Yeah, that one is my favorite eyebrow. Freaking left brow is the favorite. My boyfriend's texting me and I really want to text back, but makeup first. He'll be okay. Alright, next I am going to do my eyeshadow. I do all my bronzing and contouring last. Some people do it first. I do it last. And I'm going to use, I got from Ulta Beauty, which isn't my favorite. I prefer the, oh, I can't remember the name of that primer. I lost it. But, it's an Ulta Beauty Tinted Eye Primer, and it's in Peach Glow. And even though it's peach, once I put the eyeshadows on, you don't see nothing. My nose is running right now, unfortunately. You see it's actually very glowy, but once you put it on your eye, it's just not that shiny. It almost looks like it could work as a highlighter. And yes, I use my hands are washed. I washed my hands before this. I use my hands to put primer on because I like to have it in the exact spots, which I can do with a brush, but I only have so many brushes and I don't like to use them for multiple purposes. I like to have a clean brush with everything I use. You see on my eye, it's not as shiny. It gives it like, well, it says a glow, a peach glow. It's glowy. But it's gonna be covered up with eyeshadow anyway. But this is a very good primer. It's not tacky, but I really can't explain the texture. Okay. I just rub it into my hand if I get too much. Alright, that's the primer on my lids. Now, here's the real reveal. And I've been looking forward to showing you guys this. I can't see, I don't have glasses on. There's that. Let me dust some of the makeup off the top of it. So I am messy when it comes to makeup. This is the absolute best eyeshadow palette I have ever bought. And I don't want to lift it up because I broke one of my favorite colors in there. But I think almost all of y'all know this beauty right here. See if I can open it without spilling out the piece that I broke. I use it a lot. You can see what broke, but it's so soft I was almost able to push it back in completely, but I didn't want to waste any more product. This, oh! No, I didn't. Okay. I almost lost some. That about made me cry. Because those highlighters, oh, they make you glow to the gods. But I lost the sheet that had the shade names on it. I really wish the shade names would have been printed on the box, but it's okay, because it doesn't matter that much. Alright, and we are going to begin. First shade I'm going to be using is for my crease, and it's going to be this one right here. I think she said the name of this one, I think I remember it was Pooter, which I think she said was the name of her dog. But it is actually one of these three right here are my absolute favorite for crease. Oh, I can't even see. These three right here are the best for creasing. Alright. Oh, and I'm also using another Wet n Wild brush. It's just an eyeshadow blending brush. Love it. It works really well. Like, Wet n Wild was not kidding. They made a comeback. They used to be like a not so amazing brand, and then they just popped off out of nowhere. I do have a foundation from them, but I got it in too dark of a color. It makes me look a little orange, so I'll have to give that to somebody with darker skin than mine. We're just gonna blend it until it is seamless. Yes, queen. I wish I had better lighting. Like, it looks so much better right here than it does in that picture. That's always how it works, though. And honestly, I don't need to even leave my bake on because this doesn't really have fallout. I've never had an issue with fallout with the Jaclyn Hill palette at all. This was worth the buy though. I highly suggest anybody get this palette because the eyeshadow and the quality and the shade ranges, like, yes. I do little circles to get the very edges. All right, she is in there. She is blended. And we move on. And then I just jump right into the brown, which are these down here at the bottom. Those are my three favorite colors. I'll do that one on the outer corner sometimes if I want to darken it up, which I usually always do. I've used the black once, and I've basically used every single color in this palette. I have tested. I love it. I love playing with makeup. I'll do it all day. It's funny, whenever I have a event to go to, I don't do nothing to my face. Then when I'm sitting at home bored, not doing anything, I do all my makeup and get myself looking bougie, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just getting right back into bed. First color I'm going to be jumping into is this lighter color here on the edge. That one here. Try not to mess up my highlighter that broke because I traveled with it. I made the mistake of traveling with it, and my bag got thrown around, and that's how it broke. My favorite one broke. Alright. I just tap it onto the inner corner. Outer corner. That's what I said. And I drag it into the crease as well. I'm gonna go in with one more layer, and drag it further into my eyelid, onto my eyelid, not into my eye. Do not put makeup in your eye, folks. All right. Looking pretty good, pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit darker, which is the one right next to it. That one there. My lighting is terrible. It looks it looks so much darker than it actually is. One day, I will have beauty lights. I swear it. It is goals. And I just put this on my outer corner and pushed it in just a little bit, not anything serious. Since I'm going for more of a natural look, I'm not going to go any darker than this, which is still pretty dark. This is my natural look. It's kind of sad, but it's okay. It's okay. Sorry, my nose is running, y'all. It always is. Okay. Next step. I take just this little unnamed, no-name brush that my mom gave me. So no telling how old it is, but look, she barely used it. You can tell just by looking at it, just itty bitty one. And that same lash color that I went on right here, I'm going to take right up under my eye. Just barely. I don't really like a lot of stuff under my eye. I just do it on the outer corner. I would maybe drag it only just a quarter of the way, not all the way. Just to connect the eyeshadow. Ugh. My allergies are terrible right now. I'm gonna try to move you out to a new angle. Better lighting? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know with the lighting in my restroom. Alright. And now that my air conditioning just kicked off, it got even quieter. Alright, that is dragged underneath. I just tap it off. I brush it off with my finger because I like to smudge it just a little bit more on each side. Try to bring it down a little bit. Nothing wrong with a good old smudge. Perfect. And one more thing, I do just a quick pass underneath my eye. I have another no-name brush that's a little fluffier, just a little bit. And I go back in with that same shade I used in my crease. I'm so sorry. I just ate Chinese food. And I brush, like, just barely dust that in that same spot. Right underneath. And it really pulls the colors together. Picks up a lot of product. Like, it's very light, not hugely noticeable, but pretty darn good. I just knocked the camera. Okay, now that I've gotten past the brown there, I am gonna add one more color. I am ready, so ready to dust off this bake. And when I dust it off, I don't like fully dust it off. I actually pat it into my skin to really get that mattifying look that I talked about. This also, oh, it does have a name. This was just a drugstore brush. Like, I actually had another e.l.f. brush that was like a foundation brush. I had it a few days ago and now I don't. I have no clue where that thing ran off to. What is that? What did I do? What did I get on my face? Hold on. I have makeup remover right here. What in the world? Okay. Did it totally wipe it off? I hope not, because I really don't want to go back in with foundation right there after I already powdered. So we're just gonna work with an oops. It happens. Okay. Now that I got that all nice and dusted into my face, I'm going to put a color to brighten up this look. Because it's dark, it's hiding my eyes. If I put a brighter color right on top, it's gonna make my eyes pop a little more. And I'm gonna use my favorite color in this palette, which is this one right here. Like, actually all three of these are just, oh, I love the pinks because I don't know what it is, but I feel like the pinks, they just stand out, especially that middle one that I'm gonna use because it has a gold undertone. Oh, I love it so much. It's like rose gold, and that is one of my absolute favorite colors. I love it. And I use my finger for this because when I use my finger, it gets more pigment. More pigment picks up and it stands out more on my eye. I'm going to use my little makeup wipe and clean my finger off. Okay, great. Oh, it's such a silky texture. I absolutely love it. How good it picks up. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna tap it on to my eye. Sweep it a little bit. Oh yeah, that is oh, it is so luxurious and so beautiful. Do the same on the other eye. And I keep it right under my crease because I don't really have deep set eyelids, so you can see it. Like, even when I open my eyes, it's still there. You can still see it. And now that I've applied that, I go back in with my brush here and go into the lightest shade of brown, which is this one here. And it's matte as well, not a shiny one. I just lightly tap it over the top of this so there's not a solid line and it looks really well blended together. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cover myself up. And that is that. Whew. Moving on. Next, we are not finished with this, by the way. I am going to finish the eye look with mascara. I don't use fake lashes because I actually have pretty long eyelashes and I hate fake eyelashes. They're itchy and uncomfortable and I can't stand them. They look great, but I just can't stand them. And I like had a hiccup burp moment. I didn't know what was happening and it just went away. The mascara I'm gonna use is from NYX and it's Propel My Eyes. Yup, that's that. And what I do after I use this mascara is I actually have Benefit Roller Lash, which, oh, I love. I only got the little bottle and it's out, but I love the brush applicator and I use this and it kind of gunks up my eyes a little bit, and I'll use this wand and it'll re-spread them and re-fluff them. It is great. It is wonderful. Whew. All right. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is my first ever makeup video, and I just wanted to be right, and I'm nervous. I'm not even actually, I'm in a bathroom by myself, but I'm nervous. It's crazy. Anyway, let's continue. Let me continue. Let me shut the hell up and do my makeup. And I have to be careful with my eyelashes because they're so long and so curled that it'll smudge onto my eyelash or my makeup. Girl or boy, that makes me mad. It makes me so mad because it'll like ruin the makeup look. How I do it is I do a little like sideways combing into it like that, and I'll blink and do it as well. Don't mind my crazy faces. And you can see it does gunk up the eyelashes just a little bit, and that's what I go in with the other brush for, and it fans it back out. And I would use eyeliner, but since this is more of a natural, I say natural, this is not natural, this is my sort of natural for makeup, full face makeup. Usually when I just do my makeup every single day, I thought I was gonna do my every single day makeup. My every single day makeup does not involve eyeshadow. It's just the whole face I'm doing and mascara, and that's it. But I decided to be bougie and do my makeup. Like, this is my, every time I'm going to do something, this is the look I do with my eyes. Like, almost every time. This has almost been an hour, like, I'm dragging on this video. I need to shut up. I talk too much. Okay. And the technique for the bottom is I do a sideways thing. Like, I can't explain the motion I do, like slicing it. It's trying to gunk up on my lashes, and I cannot stand that. This is not the best mascara ever. It is not the benefit, but it's like out. Like, ain't nothing left in there. It's bone dry, but it is a great wand, so I use it to fan these babies right back out. Okay, and that is my finished eye look. I don't do eyeliner. Rarely I can do winged liner, but this is what I like to do. I like just the eyeshadow. Sometimes I feel like, also I don't have a really good, I have a Wet n Wild one, and it's terrible. I think this is it right here. My freaking eyeliner, and I don't know if it'll focus on it. It's garbage. It doesn't work hardly at all. I do not recommend ever buying that. But sometimes eyeliner can either make it bolder and bring more attention to it, but I also think it can take attention off of your actual eyeballs themselves. And I feel like this just brings more attention to this look. That's my personal opinion, though. I'm not a huge fan of eyeliner. Okay, next we are going to continue and finish my face, which is my favorite part. I'm going to use my I can't say that word, tried and true, whatever. I cannot remember that word. Milani. The whole name kind of came off of it. You can kind of see it in the light. This is a Milani baked bronzer, and this, it makes you glow, like, not glow like a shine, not like a metallic, but like makes your face look sun-kissed. Like, it is heavenly. Milani is like the best brand that you can get drugstore. And I also have a Wet n Wild contour brush, and I love this thing to death. See, that's where my hair gets in the way. I tuck that behind. I go over with like 2 to 3 layers because it's a light color, but it does show. You can see kind of the difference. I have deep cheeks though, so it's kind of hard to tell. But it does put a bronze look, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. Hair, move. See, my piercing, my ear piercing right there absolutely prevents me from tucking my hair fully behind my ear. Maybe a little bit more right above, right there. There we go. And then I put it up here, which really brings that, that glow. I don't know if my lighting just does not capture. I will move the camera and show you in better lighting how perfectly glowy this is amazing. It is so beautiful. Yes. Just keep yelling yes. And last but not least, we are not done. We are on the last step. I actually use the lightest brown shade in here for contour too. I don't do it anymore on my face. That bronzer does the job. But for my nose, I use that same eyeshadow brush and go into the lightest shade of brown, ever so gently. It looks harsh right now, but I blend it out, I promise. Onto my nose. And this is actually, I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you go to Sally's, I love Sally's. They have a brand in there called Collab. And this, sorry, thing popped up on my screen, is the softest. It's a foundation brush, but it feels luxurious. It is so soft. And it wasn't necessarily cheap. I don't actually remember the price, but it's heavenly. I'm going to use that because I don't really use it for foundation, to just really get blended out on the sides of my nose because it's really coarse. It's thick. All right. That was a kind of cute noise. Now for my absolute favorite part, highlighter. And this, it came out of a, I can't remember, was it Tarte? It was like another baked bronzer thing, and Urban Decay. It was an Urban Decay thing, and it was used for, it was a bronzer, but it was so shiny, it looked like more of a highlighter, and it's like, nah. So I actually use this brush for highlighter, and I use those top 2 shades. I'm not gonna lift it up again. I'm scared I'm gonna spill more of the highlighter out. I use that on my cheeks, and wow, it makes you glow. You glow, honey. I'm even gonna move this so I can get it in the light, like, yes. Put that on my brush ever so gently, because she's broken. Oh, did you see that? That is amazing. Oh my god. I dragged it down too far, but that's okay. Like, you really, you just, it's so bright. I will dull it down, I promise. Oh yes, that is just the glow we are looking for. And I'm gonna use the other side that is clean. I dragged it down too far. I like to have it just right here on the cheekbone. I can use that foundation brush because not a lot gets on it because I don't use it that much. And there we go. I really just, it's so blinding. Like, you can't wear this out in public and it not get noticed. I don't remember which side had the product on. This side, I see that. Oh. Wow. Oh, it looks like I have like whipped cream on my freaking lip. That's how bright it is. It is unbelievable. Like, it looks like metal on my face. Made my lip too bright. I actually don't put that on my lip. I use something else. And I'm back to show y'all that. One other step I do is I use a flat, it's like a packing brush. I use it for carving this out, but since my tape shape is gone, I can't. But I go in with the highlighter and pop it under this brow. Wow. Just unbelievable. Beautiful. Oh, and I forgot a step, and I'm glad I remembered I had this. Pop a little bit of that into the corner. Okay. What else is there? I know there's something else I need to do. Yes, I remember. What I use for my nose is I bought this from Wet n Wild and I love it. They're highlighters, but this Precious Petals was a little too dark for me. When I was facing straight, it looked a little dark. In the light, it was blinding like this is, but facing straight, it looked like dark spots and it didn't look good. But where it does look good, I use my finger for this too, right on the tip of my nose. A little bit up the bridge. I prefer this on the top of my lip because that other one's so bright, it really like makes me look like I have a milk mustache. And to finish this off completely, which this thing is terrible, like the product works itself, but this pump gets stuck. But matte finishing spray. Setting spray is life. And this is Wet n Wild as well. Like Wet n Wild, you got it down. Watch how terrible this works. Wow, it worked perfect. It didn't stick at all. And that's exactly what it's been doing to me for the last 3 days. Oh. And now this is the real thing to finish off the look. My glasses. Pop. Oh. Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. In the mirror, I'm looking at my big mirror. I have a big mirror right behind me. Let me turn off this harsh light. I'm gonna use my other light. Like, do you see that face glow? Like, wow. Oh, I just look like I've been kissed by a highlighter and bronzer. And yes, well y'all, that is the end of this makeup look. And I hope you guys enjoy. This was my first ever makeup tutorial and I hope I can do more in the future. Let me know down in the comments if I did a good job, if you think I should continue, or if this isn't for me. Let me know. Click the subscribe button. I'm not good at this. Subscribe and like and ring the little dingy bell. And I hope you guys have a blessed night. Bye y'all. See you next time.